Matt is with us in New York City. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Nothing much. So I have a couple questions regarding my finances. So I'm 22 years old. I'm currently serving in the United States Air Force in the Air National Guard. And I'm about $6,000 right now in debt. I'm looking to move out of my parents' house, who I'm currently living with right now, looking to move out of their house in about 3 to 4 years and get my own place down in Florida. But I do not have any sort of discipline whatsoever when it comes to saving money and budgeting.
Okay, hard stop. Oh, I got to catch up here. You're in the Army National Guard, did you say?
Air National Guard.
Air National Guard. Okay, and you're how old?
I'm 22.
And that's a part-time gig or a full-time gig?
That's a part-time gig.
Okay. What's your full-time job?
Yes, sir.
What is your full-time job?
I'm a private investigator.
Okay. And the National Guard is typically done state by state, is it not? Can you transfer to Florida?
Yes, I can.
Okay. But you went through a boot camp regiment to join, right?
Yes, sir.
And they taught you discipline, right?
Sort of. I went to boot camp amidst this COVID, so it was really sort of shorthanded with the boot camps and discipline and what they can do and what they can't do, and everything like that.
Gotcha.
It was the shorter version.
So what do you make as a private investigator? Your phone is screwed up. You need to speak directly into it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. That's better. Thank you.
Thank you. So I work about 50 to 55 hours weekly. The pay is $18.50 an hour.
Uh-huh. And so why does it take 3 years to move to Florida?
Just saving up money.
You make plenty of money. You must be partying your butt off.
Yeah, Matt, where's the money going currently? Do you know?
Really have no say with that. I really don't. Really don't know.
Okay.
I think it's more so my problem of going out during the week and not budgeting and not saving my money.
Yeah, every night. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like there's your problem and there's your solution. I think we need to stop going out and start getting on a budget, making a plan, having a goal set in front of us, which you told me your goal is to move out. So I'm going to use that to fuel my savings habits and go, you know what? I'm going to cook at home. And if they want to hang out, they can come to my place. I'll go to their place. We're going to do this on the cheap because I got goals. I'm going to get out of this $6,000 in debt. I'm going to have an emergency fund so I don't have to worry about, getting that next paycheck if it doesn't show up. And then we're going to go about the business of saving up to get out of that house. And I don't think you need to be buying a house right now. Go rent somewhere, even if you move to Florida for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could be debt-free, move out, everything within just a few months here. But you're going to have to really make every dollar that you have behave. And so here's a rule I always use, Matt. You can't out-earn your stupidity. I tried. You can't make enough to not know where the money's going. No one can make that much. That's how people that make $10 million as an athlete look up a few years later and they're broke. Because they have no idea. And they say the same thing you said and the same thing I used to say. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. And so you don't want to wake up that way at 30 years old, man. You're calling at 22. The great news is you're only 22. And so it's time to get with it. Time to throw your shoulders back and be a grown-up and stuff. And that means you're going to I want you to pretend like you're managing this money for someone else, and it's your job to manage the money well. And if you don't manage the money well, you're going to get fired because you suck at your job. Pretend that. And that helped me because as a Christian, I started going, this isn't my money, it's God's. And I suck at managing God's money, and then I want him to give me more. To which he laughs and says, no, you suck at handling my money. It's in the Bible.
I like picturing that. Yeah, is that Second Opinions? That's where that one came from.
No, it's in the parable of the talents, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, when you don't manage well, he not only doesn't give you more, he takes it from you and gives it to the one who does manage well. It's in the Bible. And so, yeah, that's the thing. I always tell audiences, Matt, and I'll tell you, pretend like you were managing money for a company called You Incorporated, and your job was to manage money for You Incorporated. That's your job. Now be good at your job. As soon as you do that, you're going to find you got money everywhere. And you're going to be looking at your party bubbas and saying, nope, 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 nope.
And at 22, there's
got
lots of
bigger
reasons.
goals than drinking beer all night. Got bigger goals, smoking dope all night. I got bigger goals than this. We got stuff to do here. We're going to be a grown-up, pay off our debt, move out of the house, go to Florida. Got bigger goals.
You want to live a grown-up life, you got to do grown-up stuff.
And, you know, I meet 62-year-old children, and I meet 22-year-old grown-ups. So it's not an age thing. It's just a matter of the one definition of maturity is learning to delay pleasure for a greater good. And so am I willing to pay a price for something better? Am I willing? No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness. The way we say it around here is that way, and we also say, live like no one else so that later you can live and give like no one else.
But that requires having a vision for your life.
There you go.
Where there is no vision, the people perish. And so you've got to have those goals in front of you, or else you won't have any real reason to manage your money well.
Honestly, it is easier to overeat, overdrink, and be broke. Except for the part when you wake up.
It's fun for a little while.
And you're fat and hungover and broke. I mean, you know, it's a problem. And so, you know, it's easier in the moment, you know, but it's easier in the long term. Because here's the thing. A guy I used to work for used to tell me this all the time. He said, you're going to pay a price. You're either going to pay a price now so you win, or you're going to pay the price of not having paid a price and live a life of mediocrity. And the life of mediocrity is the price you pay for being a half-butt. And he would look at me and go, Dave, don't be a half-butt. Which I never really figured out exactly what a half-butt is, but I just didn't want to.
Is full butt the goal then?
Well, it's apparently I am, but there you go. Shut up, George.